I love biking, but I'm not particularly fond of mountain biking. Maybe it's the potential to take a spill, the bruises, the broken bones, death? Am I catastrophizing too much? It just seems more risky than my rail trails or quiet roads. Most of my rides are done solo or through gentle encouragement of my son, or planned rides with Haran. I've even considered getting a dog trailer. He looks like he wants to go, right? So naturally, when I get asked to join the group ride, I said yes.
Alright, today we're doing the Bracebridge Resource Management Trails. It's early on a Friday. Let's get to it.
I should mention that I'm riding a hardtail fat bike. So the Bracebridge Resource Management Centre has approximately 19 kilometers of trails, and these trails are geared for beginner and more advanced riders. And I can certainly vouch for the beginner part because I survived. Although I was primarily there to be a part of the group ride, I also wanted to progress as a rider and get more confidence, even though this is typically not the type of riding I like to do. Currently, we're riding an intermediate trail. The trails are nicely labeled. They use green, blue, and black, similar to skiing, to classify the trails, and I think there's a couple red that are insanity level. But there were definitely a few spots on this trail that I wasn't as confident and had to walk a bit here. I didn't have enough gear to get up the hill, didn't time it right, but for the most part it was pretty flat. I should also say that the trails are maintained jointly by the town of Bracebridge and also the Muskoka Off-Road Bike Association, and you can leave a donation at the trailhead to support their efforts.
I thought that was a deer for a second.
Okay, here we're gonna pick up a trail that's a green circle, so it's nice and compact, mostly free of debris, not many tree roots, has a few little elevations in it, but for the most part, pretty smooth. Probably could have done it on a hybrid bike or something with a little skinnier tire, but definitely enjoyable for a beginner if you just want to have a little rip through the forest.
Jeez.
Now we're going into something a little more technical, quote unquote.
Huh?
And
I might walk this one too.
yeah, see, I'm getting off the walk.
Too large.
I just don't think I have the skill. I saw Jordan go off it. He seemed pretty confident. Good for him. But I'm gonna walk this one and maybe come back later and try it. There's a few sections on this one that were just pretty challenging. The drops were.
That was a pretty big drop.
Yeah, they felt like they were like a meter. But yeah, I kept at it, went at my own pace, and there was a number of times that I just had to dismount and get off and walk. And that's okay. I know my limits, so I'm not going to push too hard today, especially first time out. And then there's some sections on kind of the general trail that we're just able to fly down. See Derek doing some jumps. Very nice riding. There were a couple times when it was a pretty steep hill climbing, but you know what they say, what goes down must come up. I'm pretty sure that's the saying. Anyway, these sections of the trail were pretty fun. And then we got into another trailhead that was a little more technical, more rocks and some tree stumps that we needed to avoid. I think it got kind of bumpy because it jostled my camera a little bit. Now we're jumping into another trail. Shifting gears. Try to get up the little slope. Yeah, the tree roots I wasn't expecting. They're pretty slippery on the fat bike. My fat bike didn't have particularly knobby tires, but enough excuses. It was a fun day. I think Steven's just gonna check on Ryan. Make sure he's okay. I'm gonna keep going. This was one of the final runs we did together as a group, and it was a bit choppy and rocky, but it wasn't too bad. The final run we did, we actually went back, a couple of us, to one of the trails we actually had done before, and that was fun to see the comparison. I think I was a little more confident going back the second time, just because I knew what was coming. So it'd be fun to kind of come back and try it again. It's a great spot to just kind of dip in and maybe get a couple runs in and then go back home. So that was the day. Thank you all for watching. Here's Steven showing off for us. There we go, well done. And have a great day.